Today, I'm going to show you the only way to get better inside of Counter-Strike 2 and explain to you the path that you need to take in order to grow and become better every single day. There is no secret, there is no shortcut, and by the end of this video, you're going to have an understanding of kind of the focus and determination you have to have in order to actually get better and go from playing this game casually to playing competitively to playing professionally. So we're going to walk through all of that today, but before we get into that, I do have to give you a sponsored message.
Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code COJO. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description.
Let's go ahead and talk about the only way to get better inside of this game. What is the only way that you are going to improve at Counter-Strike? It's going to be rocket science. It's going to blow your guys' mind. The only way to get better is by playing Counter-Strike. You're not going to be able to get better by purely watching my videos, other content creators' videos, guides, nades, pro matches, all these things. Eventually, these things aren't going to hurt you, but you've got to be able to play the game and experience it firsthand, right? And why is this so important? Because you're only going to really learn and understand the game when you are the one controlling things and in the server yourself, right? I love watching demos. I love watching professional games. I get so much out of it. I get new ideas, all these things. But these ideas mean nothing if I don't know how they actually work inside of a complex round. Counter-Strike is an extremely complex game, right? There's ways that we can simplify it. There's ways that we can make it easier, but it really is an insanely complex game. I know it's kind of a joke in a way, but it's really not. But I almost am like, dude, Counter-Strike is like three-dimensional chess in the way that, like, okay, if this happens, this person's gonna do this, but I know they're gonna do that, so I'm gonna react like this, but they know that I know that they, and you can go back and forth non-stop. And there's just so many complexities that you don't know necessarily how things are gonna play out till you are the person, in the server, sitting here making these micro reactions, adjustments, macro reactions, all this stuff, throwing nades, manipulating rotations, all of these things, right? And it's great. So subscribe to my channel, learn through all these tips and tricks. You're not going to find someone out there with better experience that is teaching you guys this stuff. Okay, besides Steko's the go, but besides Steko, you're going to learn so much from me, and I'm going to help you understand all of this stuff, right? All these little micro things, macro things, mental and server stuff. But there's no way you're going to grow. There's no way you're going to learn until you are here, right? Random commenter, random viewer, until you are in the server playing, right? The biggest difference, like, between like a player who thinks he knows everything and a player that actually does know a really good amount of stuff in the game is the player that knows everything in the game, like actually can play, knows, he's in here doing it, right? He's winning FPL, he's playing in these tournaments, he's on an ECL team, he's on a professional team, a tier 1 team, right? Any level that you're at, I have more respect for an open player that may be bad at the game but is like actually applying these concepts than some random commenter on a professional match criticizing and critiquing everything a professional team is doing. Guys, at the end of the day, you've got to realize that sometimes these players look like noobs, they look bad, but they're really not. Like, they are world-class players, and you can't replicate the pressure of a live game. You can't see how fast these players are actually killing until you get into a server yourself. I promise you, it is insane, the reaction time, the speed of what goes on in a server. And when you don't have X-ray, it literally changes everything. Having X-ray when you're viewing these matches is, of course, you're like, oh, it's so simple, man. Oh, of course he's there and the guy's on ramp, so why doesn't he just walk in and kill this guy with his back turned? And it's like, in a game, you have no clue someone's sitting here like this, right? You have no clue someone's just like chilling here. In a game, there's so many things that you miss out on. So, I have 14,000 hours in the game myself, and I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly growing, and the only way to do that is to be in here playing, right? Is to be in the server, running around, shooting, learning new stuff, learning new boosts, right? I'm always learning, all kinds of new stuff, right? And obviously the map changes, so even with your 14,000 hours, it might be on different maps, right? Some of my hours were on Cobblestone, were on Cache, all these things, right? That no longer exist. That map knowledge does not matter now, right? But overall, like, your mechanics, your game knowledge of, like, oh, I should trade here, oh, I'm low HP, give me the op so that now I can one-shot somebody and hear you rifle, and you know, all these little micro things are just like stuff that it carries with you through every single map that you play, which is the beauty of the game. There's no game like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CS2. There's no game like any in the series, right? This game is incredible. It's extremely unique, and the fact that there is economy, there's, you know, the actual round happening, the bomb planting, the trading, the, you know, all these things is just like so unique to Counter-Strike in the way that it plays, the way it feels. There's no, you know, scoping in with most of the guns either. It's just crosshairs. It's so beautiful. It's what, like, you know, has me like wanting to do this for my life, right? I always want to be involved with it as a player, as a coach, as a caster, whatever it is. Like, I'm going to be involved in Counter-Strike. I'm never leaving, right? So at the end of the day, guys, if this is something that you want to do, you have to be able to play the game, right? And you can't just play the game mindlessly. That's the thing that a lot of people make. That's the mistake a lot of people make, is they're like, okay, yeah, coach, I'm gonna play Counter-Strike. Coach O, he told me to play Counter-Strike, so I'm gonna play Counter-Strike. And then you're just like buying a P90 and rushing in, which is great. Like, have fun. Like, if you're just here to have fun, bro, do it. Like, do these things, man. But if you actually want to get better, then you have to play the game, but with intent, right? It's learning from every situation. We're doing scrims. Like, we were just up in a scrim like 10-0 the other day, right? We're playing another like ECL team, and we're up big, you know, and we can have fun. We can do these things, but also, like, you know, if I die, I'm like, oh, you dude, like, I died there. What actually I should have done is, we should have done this based on the reaction that we heard from them. They dropped this smoke down here, so we should have naded here and flashed like this. And, you know, like, you can always learn. And even when you're winning, right? Like, even when you're winning, you can always learn. Like, oh, dude, okay, we won that, but like, you should have done this, or I should have been here. And dude, it's just the beautiful thing of the game. It's like, it's a game you'll learn forever, like forever. And if anyone ever says that they mastered the game, that there's nothing else to learn, they are lying to you, right? They are genuinely lying to you. I mean, I'll use Simple as an example. Simple is an insane player at the game, but he, you know, also kind of blames his teammates a lot, right? So maybe it's something he could learn from. I'm not trying to hate on Simple or anything, but from what I've observed, that is an area where Simple could improve on.
I think you're stupid. You're just a stupid player. That's why you don't know. I think you don't understand what to do and how to help your teammate.
You know, there's not much. He's insane at the game. He's really good, but like, mental is definitely something that he probably could, you know, work on. As far as like his mental with other people, his own mental is insane. It's so good, right? So I'm just trying to say, there's lots of stuff that we can always improve on. You'll never stop learning. Doesn't matter what level you are. You just gotta be able to understand that. And my favorite players are the ones like without an ego, right? Look at someone like ZywOo. ZywOo is, you know, has been the best player in the world at some point, and he'll sit there and be like, oh, you know, I don't know if I'm the best player. I don't know. I might, maybe, but I don't know. He's just so humble, right?
ZywOo, you and Simple are so close, neck and neck, in terms of performance here in Lisbon. Do you think you'll come out on top in this grand final?
I hope so, but I don't like to say like I'm above Simple or whatever. But I just want to do my best, like ever, like always, with my team play individually. I just want to do my best, like always.
And that's the mentality we have to have. We have to be able to be humble and learn from anyone. I learn from level 6s and 7s sometimes when they get in my game. I see them do something, I'm like, dude, what? I was like, you're level 6 and I just learned from you. Like, what? Like you just threw a crazy nade that I'm gonna steal now. Like, I'm using that nade from now on, right? There's always something you can learn. Doesn't matter what level people are or who they are. So always have that, you know, humbleness, that open mentality, and it's really good. So if you guys want to watch me live, go ahead and check out my twitch.tv/CoJomoCS. I stream my high level face-up matches there. We're trying to push to get into the top 10 at the end of this month. So appreciate all the support, guys. This is gonna make you better at Counter-Strike. Thanks for watching. If you watch to the end, go ahead and write orange cone in the comments. Imagine if I cone flipped that.